In my last discussion, I discussed the issue of whether we should trust the message in the contemporary translations of the Bible, or if we should trust the Bible at all. And I ended up by mentioning that I trust the King James Version more. Why? Okay, you will notice that most of the contemporary or the newer versions of the Bible have many missing verses. For example, you don't find John chapter 5 verse 4 in most of the newer versions of the Bible. Matthew chapter 17 verse 21 is also missing in other versions of the Bible. Matthew chapter 18 verse 11 is also missing, and these are not the only verses missing in the contemporary versions of the Bible. The messages have also been modified. For example, some messages have now turned out to be shorter than they were in the original versions or in the older versions of the Bible. Some have suddenly become too long. So I can tell you one thing. I don't know about the Bible versions that you have read, but of all the worst versions of the Bible that I have seen, I think the New International Version has the most missing verses of the Bible. In some cases, it's a number of verses in one chapter which would go missing, not just a verse or two or three. No, a section. A section would go missing. For example, you wouldn't find verses like Mark chapter 9, verse 44, and also verse 46 in the New International Version. And it's not the only one. The messages have been mutilated, changed. Okay, I appreciate one part of that version, the part of the simplicity of the language. Yes, it makes it easy for anyone to understand. Reading the King James Version, however, is like it gives you a feeling of somebody that is playing a role in a William Shakespeare movie. That's how difficult the English of the King James Version is. However, I would rather struggle with that level of English closer to the original message of the Bible than having an easier version of English Bible which has diverted so far from the true or from the original message that the Bible was trying to convey. So, I am not saying you should throw your Bible away. I want to believe the content in your Bible is still sufficient enough to inspire you, to guide you, to lead you through to your salvation. However, I think to be on a safe side in terms of understanding the true context of what one is reading, it's better to always have a King James Version Bible at home, because even though it has its own missing parts of the Bible, they are very limited, and it's closer to the original context of the Bible. Thank you.